This is the Pokemon Go Battle League TikTok weekly compilation for YouTube. Enjoy. Now this is how you kick off the Willpower Cup. Let's go. Alright, welcome to the Willpower Cup. We are going to be starting off with this battle. And this is going to be Shadow Drapion leading against a Medicham, Shining, which I may add. Good for them to flex that. It's a good flex. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to Gallade because I was anticipating a power-up punch here and it was an ice punch, so we just let that go through. They switch over to a Qwilfish. They're going to poison jab me down, but I was able to fire off one Leaf Blade right before I did get taken out. So there we go. We force a shield before we go down. In comes my Claydol. They're going to go ahead and go for a Dark Pulse, but I'm just going to farm down here. Down goes the Qwilfish, so now we're 1 for 1 with one shield up for both. And in comes the Medicham. We're going to go ahead and let this Ice Punch go through just because I feel like I can tank it, and I'm going to need Claydol for some. I won't really need that shield for Claydol since it's already bulky as it is. Go for the Rock Tomb, finish off the Medicham. In comes the Mew, and that's why, because we had a Mew in the back. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and try to fish for a shield here. We're going to launch the Shadow Ball, and then afterwards I get taken out. The Mew is going to fire off a Wild Charge here. We shield it, and then afterwards they're going to go for one more Wild Charge, and I just thought, oh crap, I might not make this, but I live with 1 health. Alright, tiny little sliver of health, and then that's how I win with this ultimate upset to kick off Willpower Cup. When you refuse to shield in Willpower Cup. Let's go. Alright, so it's going to be up against Vega Go 33. Let's see, we're going to be leading against the Gallade with a Cresselia. They're going to swap out because I had the advantage. Well, I mean, technically it was kind of neutral. They could just, like, farm me down with Charm and then spam Leaf Blade. And then one of us would lose shields, but either way, they switched to a Latias, which clearly is a smarter idea because he got hit by a Moonblast. Clearly a genius there. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and go up against the Sableye with my Umbreon. We're going to farm down here with our Foul Play. They're going to let it go through, and then afterwards just fire off yet another Foul Play. That's going to be 2, and they shield that one. They have 1 shield left. In comes Gallade, so we're just going to go ahead and fire off one more Foul Play just to force a shield, and they did not shield it, so you know, bold move on their part. So I'm just going to bring in Lucario just to farm down the rest of the way. Puts us at half health. There's just the, what's it called, the Sableye left, so we're going to go for Power Up Punch here just to try to fish for shields, and they're not really taking the bait. We're going to go ahead and go for one more shield. There it is. We get taken out, and now we just bring in Cresselia, and looks like I just refuse to take the, yeah, I just refuse to burn shields here. Yeah, there we go. No Victini did one thing, and that was fine. Let's go. Alright, so here we are up against Mr. John. We're having Victini lead against Claydol. And 3, 2, 1, go. We're going to go ahead and switch right away because those Mud Slaps are not going to do well for Victini, and I can only tank it for so long. I bring out Cresselia, go for the Moonblast. They switch out to Shadow Skunk Tank, which is, you know, the best possible thing that I could go up against. Once again, yeah, there's a nice little counter in the back. They go for Crunch, and then I just go ahead and shield it. I'm going to go ahead and go for a Grass Knot to see if I can bait them with a shield, and that works. So afterwards we try to farm up towards a Moonblast to actually get them, and they were able to get another Crunch off. So yeah, that was a GG on my part by trying to go for the Moonblast, and it didn't work. They go for another shield, and that's going to force me to get farmed down here. Then we're going to answer that back by bringing in Umbreon. We're going to go ahead and eat this Crunch, which is going to be resisted, and then go for Snarl Spam, but they bring in a Rapidash to go ahead and do Rapidash things with Body Slam and play rough and all that, or Mega Horn. But I just went ahead and went for a V-Create here to nearly knock it out, and I just said, you know what, that's good, Victini, that was good. That's all you needed to do. Down goes Rapidash, and then now we're just waiting for them to stall out the timer. They bring in Claydol so that they can try to answer back against the Umbreon and try to wear me down so that Skunk Tank can finish me off, but I overfarm here, go for Foul Play. And they also launched on Earth Power. I'm just going to go ahead and burn both of my Foul Plays here just to, there we go, take out the Claydol, and then we farm down with a little bit of Snarl Spam. And we have just enough resources to go for a Foul Play to take out the Skunk Tank for the win. Mandibuzz, the champion of wills. Let's jump into it. Alright, now we're up against Victor Diaz. We're up against a Malamar, so it's going to be neutral versus neutral as far as damage output. They're going to go ahead and let me go for the Power Up Punch. I'm anticipating a switch here just because, I mean, what can they really do? It's just Psycho Cut or Superpower, but then it backfired. It was Superpower, so that took out my Lucario off the start. I bring in Shadow Delay just to finish off the Malamar before they could fire off another charge move. Again, now we just follow that up with a Leaf Blade onto the Mew and charm down as much as we can while they pressure us with Shadow Claw. Of course, this is a Mew, so I already know what's going to happen here. It's going to be Wild Charge 1, Wild Charge 2. We're going to switch out to whatever is going to be the Mandibuzz answer. It's probably not going to be something that hard counters. Yep, Toxicroak. So all he can really do is spam Sludge Bomb here over and over, while I pressure it with Aerial Aces and try to overfarm just a little bit, just enough to get some pressure down on it. Anyway, they're going to go for the Sludge Bomb, and they have no shields left. I try to get one more. I'd get actually 2 Air Slashes in before they can afford to go for a Mud Bomb or Sludge Bomb. In comes the Mew. We're going to go ahead and switch over to Gallade to Charm for the win. When your opponent wants to use Triple Charm, let's watch. We're up against Mirio S56. We're going to be starting out with Galarian Rapidash, and we're leading against a Meowstic. So I'm just going to go ahead and charge up towards a Mega Horn, but then bait with a Body Slam, see if they can take the bait, and they don't. Good for them, but that sucks for me, because I am getting charmed down, and that kind of sucks. So we're going to just go ahead and spam Body Slam it again, get one more in, and see if we can actually get them to burn both of their shields or get taken out. So they burn both of their shields. I can let Rapidash go down. I have both of mine, so that puts me at a great advantage. I'm going to bring in Incineroar, go for double kick spam, and then after we eat that Psychic, then we're going to farm down with a Sableye and have Sableye just get to a return. So yeah, we go for a return to take out this Liepard. There we go, take that out, and then all that's left is Gallade. So we're going to bring in Incineroar, and we're going to go straight for a Dark Pulse, and yeah, we just took down the Triple Charm team. Yeah, that's why you don't go Triple Power Cup, Lucario, go boom. Alright, let's watch it. Alright, so we are up against Prometheus with a 5. We're going to be going up against Drapion for the lead with Shadow Gallade. We're going to try to start out with a Charm Down, Farm Down, but they're going to go ahead and go for Crunch here, so I already know to shield it, and we're just going to keep the farming pressure going on. But we will go for Shield here because I just figured that's going to be a good way to force them to burn a shield so that we have a 0-1 advantage. I'm going all in on my shields with Gallade because it's the glass Pokemon on my team, the glassiest. And then it comes Gothitelle, which is going to be the Charmer on the team. Good for them for having that ready. Anyway, I go down, in comes Mandibuzz, so now I need to hurry up and farm this thing down before I can go for a Rock Slide, but I was not successful. So they go for the Rock Slide, puts my Mandibuzz in the red, followed up with a Foul Play. Can we get them to get taken out? Yeah, it puts them in the red, but then in comes Sableye afterwards, so I'm just like, well, they have no shields, and my Lucario has Shadow Ball, so let's just do Shadow Ball things. So yeah, let's wind up for the Shadow Ball. Is it going to be enough to take out the Sableye? And that is a no, but we finish it off with counter. In comes Mandibuzz, and we're going to narrowly win with the Air Slash upset. And you wish you had Crunch. Alright, let's show it. Alright, we are starting off this battle against K-Roll. We are facing them, and it's going to be the good old Medicham versus Claydol neutral matchup. They can spam Ice Punch, so they can technically win this, and I just have to find a way to bait them with Shadow Ball, but it's going to be hard to take the bait, so I just decided to push them out, and then in comes a Charm Gothitelle. Yeah, we were at least able to bait that out, so that way I can bring in my Drapion. I did change Drapion over to a non-Shadow Sludge Bomb Crunch, just because I figured I might as well just put the Shadow Pokemon in the front and have something bulky in the back. I don't really want a Shadow Pokemon catching attacks when it's not first in line. So we're going to overfarm here and then go straight for the Crunch, and then they have no shields left, so they're just going to try to charm down my Pokemon, my Drapion. But we're just going to go ahead and bring in Claydol afterwards, after we have one Crunch saved up on Drapion. So, and then we follow that up with a Rock Tomb on the Skunk Take and try to farm this thing down as much as we can. Puts the Skunk Take in the red. They're going to go ahead and finish us off with Sludge Bomb, but oh, we narrowly survived. So because we narrowly survived, we're just going to go ahead and go for a Shadow Ball, take out the Medicham, and then afterwards we're going to upset. Shadow Gallade picking apart teams. Let's jump into it. Alright, we are up against Bernardo Valo. It's going to be the Claydol leading against a Medicham, and with here we're going to anticipate an Ice Punch coming. So we're going to let this Ice Punch come through, and then afterwards it was a Power Punch. So I was like, oh cool, so I can just stay in and keep pressuring them with Shadow Balls and Rock Tombs. I should have went for Rock Tombs so that we can negate the Power Up Punch boost, but hey, either way, the important thing is that we are getting their shields down. So now that they have 2 power-up punches, I was just like, hey, you know what would really disrupt them? Bringing in Gallade and forcing them to drop that +2 attack. So that brought the Medicham down to the red, and then afterwards that forced them to switch into a Cresselia, and then I was just like, you know what? Let's just keep going with Gallade. They're going to do one more Grass Knot. I'm going to do a Charm Down, Farm Down, get to a Leaf Blade. Yep, I really wanted to get to that Leaf Blade, so we're just going to Farm Down here with the Charm Down, Farm Down. And then after that, we're going to have the next one come in and fire off a Leaf Blade against it. Actually, no, it was a Close Combat. Went for Close Combat against the Medicham, let it go down, and then that was good enough, Gallade. You did good. You did good, Gallade. And now we can bring in Muck, and then afterwards time the catch perfectly so that we can have my Shadow Drapion eat a Dark Pulse and then follow it up with Aqua Tail. So we let the Aqua Tail rip, we force a shield, they have no shields left, and not only that, they are also behind. They go for the Acid Spray, and then I'm going to go ahead and go for another Shadow Powered Aqua Tail here. That's going to go ahead and rip right there, puts them in the red, and then down goes my... oh, it doesn't go down. So yeah, that's it. We finish them off with a Drapion, and then that's a GG right there. I powered up Meowstic for the Willpower Cup. Let's go. Alright, so we're up against O-Tops. We're starting to face some of the pros right now because, you know, we're getting closer to veteran. So anyway, I start out with Meowstic versus Medicham for the lead. We're doing the Charm Down, Farm Down. They're going to go for what looks to be Ice Punch here, and then, oh, it's Dynamic Punch. Takes out half my health. And then in comes Raichu. We're going to go for Grass Knot. Yes, I could have gone for Shadow Ball, but let's be real. They're going to shield whatever it is I throw at them because that's just what you do when you're facing a Charm user. They charm you down, they hit you with a hard move, and you have no choice but to shield it. But yeah, so in comes the Drapion. After I fire that off, they go for a Thunder Punch, and then now I just try to bait them with Aqua Tails because Aqua Tail is going to be the move of choice here. Now they're just going to be, oh, they just narrowly survived so that they can get a Thunder Punch. I was so aggravated with that. I was like, I could have taken him out and saved some energy, but you know, we're doing this instead. So instead of going for Crunch, I'm going to go for Aqua Tail because I was anticipating a shield that backfired. They put him in the red, so I just thought, we'll bring in Mandibuzz. He'll go for like Ice Punch or something, and he goes for Psychic. So he had Dynamic Punch and Psychic. Yeah, could have went for Dynamic Punch, but that was his choice. Down went the Medicham. Now it's the glorious Mandibuzz versus Mandibuzz Air Slash Spam Fest that's going to happen here. They go for Aerial Ace, then I'm going to go for Aerial Ace, and we're just going to, you know, keep Aerial Acing each other down. They're in the yellow, they're in the green, I'm in the yellow. He still has one more Pokemon too, and I have 3. But anyway, I go for the Aerial Ace here, and then I'm going to switch right away over to Drapion because I was trying to see if he's gonna like go for a charge move on my Drapion, which he does. To take it out, I use a charge move. Drapion goes down to soak it, and then we're gonna have Meowstic to soak the other one. And then we're gonna have Mandibuzz come in and just try to finish him off. He switches because he tried to catch, but I was like, nope, not taking that bait. I'm gonna go for the Aerial Ace and then go for the upset. I was shakingly terrified to lose this match. As you can see by the background, you know why. It's Ludmint VG. And this was the one battle, like I was at the 2491 or something like that. I was at 2491 and I was 2 for 2 on this set. So I needed to win this battle to break into veteran, and I was like shaking because I was like, oh, if I don't get this, then who knows, I might run into 0 and 5s. But anyway, yeah, Drapion versus Drapion, they're gonna switch out. I go straight for the Aqua Tail, and again, I'm trying to play on my A game, my A+ game here. But yeah, we go for Aqua Tail spam onto the Muck because I don't really have anything else that can like kind of neutralize it. I mean, I can bring in Mandibuzz, but yeah, I bring him in here because I was anticipating him to go for like a Dark Pulse, and he does. So I soak a resisted Dark Pulse, get some pre-farming on it. Yeah, I get some pre-charging, and then in comes a Shadow Skunk Tank. So it looks like they're going for like triple Dark or something. But we'll see what it actually is. There's an Aerial Ace, and then we're going to go ahead and... do we shield this? Do I want to preserve it? No, I don't. Flamethrower nearly knocks me out. I can go for one more Aerial Ace. They're most likely going to shield it. They do. Down goes my Mandibuzz, and then in comes my... Come on, what did I pick? Oh, I'm waiting for the timer to run down. Meowstic. So I charm it down. In comes Drapion. I go straight for the... Yeah, we're not even playing games here. I'm just like, I need to preserve this Meowstic because I gotta get these 2 Dark types out. If I can get these 2, then Meowstic's gonna just clean right through. I soak an Aqua Tail here. Drapion is going up against this Meowstic. I have to shield, obviously, because They could go for crunch here, and I'm just going to do the charm down, farm down, burn my last shield, because I don't want to eat any crunches. I'm just like, oh, this is getting really close. And then finally, it's Skunk Tank. We're going to go ahead and fire off a Shadow Ball, and we got it! We got 3 for 2. It was a 3 for 2 set, but oh my god, this is it. So normally I don't like showing that end part because I hate downtime, but this is a special occasion because I broke into veteran on this match. So there we go. 2506. I'm a veteran now. Expert is next. I finally powered up as wireless for Willpower Cup. So yeah, I feel like I'm one of the few trainers that didn't have as wireless yet, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. It's on the back burner, so let's just do it. Anyway, Drapion, Shadow Drapion is leading here. They have an Overquill. They're gonna be using Aqua Tail, and I'm gonna answer back with an Aqua Tail of my own. It's like a squishy versus squishy. That takes out a third of their health. I'm going to hit him again with a, you guessed it, Aqua Tail. That puts him in the red. I believe I'm going to preserve Drapion here. No, yeah, I do. I do preserve Drapion. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Go for one more Aqua Tail. Are they going to shield it? And that is a big fat no. Down goes their Overquill, and then in comes Gothiteel. They're going to go for a Charm. So that means since it's a Charmer, I have to fire off an Aqua Tail because we're not going to get to a crunch. Anyway, in comes the Claydol. We're going to obviously have to bring in Claydol because we don't want to bring in Zweilous against a charming Gothiteel. They go for Rock Slide. I don't know why I shielded it. I was probably thinking they're going to go for Shadow Ball when that Rock Slide would have been resisted, so it was kind of moot. But I don't waste any time. I go for the Rock Tomb to get the attack drop, and then afterwards they're going to go ahead and I'm going to just be able to tank their moves, go for some Body Slam spam while doing Dragon Breath over and over. There's the crunch. And we're over farming as much as we can so that we can fire off body slams on the switch in. So body slam here, down goes Skunk Tank. We're going to force another shield here on the Gothiteel by going for body slam here. And then afterwards we're just going to try to farm down before they can get to a charge move, and we win. Shiny Fashion Week Toxicroak cameos for Willpower Cup. Alright, so we're up against Alexo. Anyway, it's Skunk Tank versus Rapidash, and I'm just like, oh, finally, the one time a Rapidash leads when I put a poison type on the front. So that's good that it finally works in my favor. But yeah, they switch right away, and I fall behind with a Claydol for a Mud Slap spam. But did you guys see the news about Shadow Golurk actually being available now? I'm gonna totally like go for that one so that I can do like Mud Slap spam. But anyway, getting off topic, we Mud Slap this thing down, and then in comes Mandibuzz. We're gonna, I don't know what I was thinking here. I don't know why I went for Shadow Ball, but I did because I was probably thinking that it was gonna be Rapidash coming in. But either way, we still needed to do it because like I needed to launch a Rock Tomb. So there we go, there's a Rock Tomb, and then they shield it, but they're still -1 on the attack, so we can actually tank some of these charge moves. There's the Aerial Ace, and then afterwards, they're gonna go ahead and they just let the Flamethrower go through. No, they shield it. So I'm gonna have to try to just catch here. Yeah, they're gonna go for the Aerial Ace, I believe. Yep, there we go, takes out a chunk of my health, but then they switch out to Rapidash, so I'm gonna go ahead and go for a Mud Bomb here. Why did I do that? I could have probably went for a Sludge, but yeah, I could have went for a Sludge Bomb. Yeah, you guys can roast me in the comments. I wasn't really thinking that much here, but you know, it is what it is. So anyway, we go down there, and then in comes Skunk Tank. They bring a Mandibuzz in. I'm gonna finish it off with a Flamethrower. Yeah, that Rapidash did go down, so we win. Victini with the crushing upset. Let's go. Alright, so we're up against Anvi the Climber. Victini leading against the Medicham here, so we're just going to go ahead and 3, 2, 1, go. We're charging up here. I know that they don't really have any moves that can hit us super effective or like even effective period, so we can just kind of overfarm, wait for them to launch a charge move here so that I don't have to shield because I'm -3 in defenses. I go for the V-Create here. They shield it. I bring in, what's it called? My Shiny Fashion Week Toxicroak. Yes, I do the whole title, the flex that I have one. That's 1496. Deal with it. Anyway, I go for a Mud Bomb here, and that knocks it out. In comes the Medicham. We're just going to take these super resisted counters, and then they're going to go for like an Ice Punch. I'm going to let Toxicroak go down here. And then after that, we bring in Meowstic for a little Charm Down, Farm Down action. Once again, they can only Ice Punch us, but we're going to be able to tank these Ice Punches just fine with Meowstic. In comes Quillfish. We will go ahead and go for... Let's see, what are they going to do? Like Aqua Tail or something? Yep, Aqua Tail. I let it go through, preserve the Victini here. We have 2 shields here, so I'm trying to really play this by the hip and depend on like putting out some magic. I bait with Psychic right here. because I didn't want to go -3 on the defenses. They took the bait, and now I have like basically almost no health left. We're in the red. I have to go for it here. Like, I have to go for the V create. So we're gonna go ahead and go for the V create number 1. Now we have -3 defense. We charge up towards another V create, and Victini gets the upset for the win. Victini wins with 1 HP. Let's show the upset. Anyway, we're up against Slap Along. Victini goes up against a Metacham here. I see a recurring theme with these leads here. Anyway, it's for the matches being completely random, I'm seeing a lot of Metachams. Anyway, they switch out to a Mandibuzz, so I'm just gonna go ahead and launch the V create, bring in my Mandibuzz, because now I can just like let one Aerial Ace rip, and then afterwards start pre-farming Aerial Aces to use against Metacham on the switch-in, or whatever their third Pokemon is going to be. But anyway, there's 2 Aerial Aces farmed up. There we go. And then we can get like 1 Air Slash in. They're going to get there last. Oh my god, Aerial Ace. Like, this is the worst. Anyway, Metacham is just coming in, and then I go for an Aerial Ace. They're going to go ahead and shield it. And now they're going to take me out with a power-up punch. Down goes Mandibuzz, in comes Victini, and then we're like pre-farming up, but we're waiting for them to use a charge move. I just shield just as a precaution, just for any surprises, and then I'm going to use a V create here to let it rip. Oh, it's actually a Psychic. Yeah, that kind of backfired. I could have went for V create there, but I was trying to bait because they probably thought that I was like doing something else. I don't know. Anyway, Deoxys comes in. They're going to go ahead and go for the foul play onto the Deoxys, and then I'm farming up towards a Thunderbolt here. They're most likely going to shield this Thunderbolt, so... Oh, they don't. Oh, that's because they have no shields left. I'm not paying attention to that. So I get one more Psycho Boost here, and then let it rip. Boom. Puts in the yellow. Down goes Deoxys. In comes my Victini. And then we're going to go ahead and let this Power-Up Punch go through. And then we're going to farm up. Oh my god, that's how it was. So I shielded the Power-Up Punch, go for the V create, and then I win with just like a sliver of health on the V create. Boom. Hisui and Quillfish as a Willpower Cup lead. Let's go. So we are up against Wolfman 982. It's Quillfish leading against Metacham. I think I was running this because I was seeing a lot of Galarian Rapidashes, so it was just as leads. So I was just like, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna use Quillfish. It's a nice option as far as the moves it can use. So I went with a Shadow Ball because I think that they thought I was going to go for Aqua Tail as a bait, and that totally worked in my favor because I went ahead and took him out with a Shadow Ball. Down went the Metacham. We go for Aqua Tail spam against the Umbreon. They're going to take out my Quillfish. So yeah, down goes Quillfish, in comes Deoxys. We're going to go ahead and counter this thing down, hit it with some Rock Slides. Yes, I did change my Deoxys from a Thunderbolt to a Rock Slide because I felt like I need to fire off charge moves quicker, and Thunderbolt wasn't really needed for this meta. I could hit Rock Slide much more, and it can do the same effect. So anyway, we go for Rock Slide spam, counter spam. We're gonna shield this foul play here, and then afterwards try to counter down before they can use another charge move so that I'm fully charged up. And thankfully that paid off because a Mandibuzz came in, so I can hit it with a bunch of Rock Slides. There's Rock Slide 1, Rock Slide 2, keep countering it. There we go. And then afterwards we're going to switch over to Sableye because it has no shields left, and I can tank the foul plays better with Sableye. So we're going to charge up towards a return, and then they're going to let loose another foul play here. There we go. It puts me in the red with Sableye. I go straight for the return and then let it rip. Boom. Puts it in the red. Try to farm down as much as I can here. And then they're going to take out my Sableye with a foul play. And then Deoxys is going to come in here and finish it off with some counters. There we go.